today, which is just beautiful for this time of year, into the lower 60s for the upper elevations like Galena at 60, Verdi at 62, and Golden Valley at 62 for the high today. Sun with a few clouds for the day today. Again, mid 60s at the lower elevations. We reach the 70s by your Thursday. It's been a little while, a few days since we've been in the 70-degree range, but we're going to be back there for Thursday. Even the upper 70s by your Friday. Only about a degree away from 80 here in Reno Sparks. Not out of the question that a few towns reach 80-degree mark or even better on Friday, so we'll be watching for that. A slight cool down heading back into the weekend. A few more clouds make their way back in for Saturday and Sunday, and temperatures respond to that a little bit. Just slightly cooler down to 70 by Sunday in Carson City. Over to you.
All right, Tim, thanks. Well, as the conversation about guns on school campuses continues at the legislature, students and faculty members at the University of Nevada are rallying today to teach the community about gun legislation. Fox 11's Gianna Georgie is live at UNR with more on the event. Good morning, Gianna.
Good morning, Glenn. It's all kinds of noise there.
Yeah, it was me.
I'm hearing myself from your broadcast.
Oh, interesting.
Getting an echo.
Well, nothing's different on my end here.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I got up this morning and didn't have internet access. I had to reboot my modem. And we are live.
Yeah, that hasn't happened here in a long time.
What, that we're live?
No, that we haven't had internet access.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know what the deal was. All I had to do was reboot it. It started out, I noticed it on my phone. It was having a hiccup because I couldn't download something. And now it's got everything. It's happy now.
Don't say that too loud.
Did you get in touch with anybody?
Yeah, Kim, but she won't be able to get here till next week, and Mike should be able to get here tomorrow.
Okay.
All righty, thank you, Gianna. Still to come on Mornings on Fox 11. The Washoe County School Board made a decision on a new superintendent. That decision only lasted a few hours. We're going to tell you what caused the quick turnaround. And Nevada lawmakers are discussing important aspects of drone use, what they're saying the aircrafts aren't allowed to do. We'll be right back.
See, this actually renders this time. I've rendered something before, and just when it was all about done, everything just decided, you know, this program's not going to work anymore. So I'll have to go back and do the whole damn thing all over again. Okay. She posted any topics yet? I didn't see anything earlier.
Yeah, the one about and the only thing we're going to have is 840. And the topic is the guy wore a T-shirt and it had the word something about the effing word on it across his chest, and they tossed him off Southwest Airlines.
Okay.
After he changed his shirt, they let him back on to fly wherever he wanted, but they wasn't going to let him on the shirt unless he covered it up or turned it inside out or something.
Okay.
And he wasn't going to do that. He videoed the whole thing, and he told them that you know, he didn't give me any argument, but his videotape, you know, calls him a liar. So it's kind of like,
Oh my God. Oh yeah. Well,
I
when
wish
your
that,
calls you a liar, there's a problem.
yeah, I wish I'd have known we're only going to do the 7:40 segment. I'd have stayed in bed.
Yeah, go back to bed. Set your alarm clock.
I'm thinking seriously about it. Because it's, I gotta go to work, and they called me. The guy emailed me last night and said, "Hey, our if it snows in the mountains, FedEx doesn't come over the mountain.
Ah.
So we're getting a shipment of FedEx stuff, and it's snowing. We're not going to get it till the next day. Well, we didn't get our large shipment for yesterday because it didn't come over the hill. So that means we'll get it today along with today's large shipment. So they're
Welcome
estimating
back,
coming
everybody.
over
It's now
now.
7:14 on your Wednesday. Well, the search for a new Washoe County School Superintendent took an unexpected turn last night. The board voted to approve interim superintendent Tracy Davis to fill the job. Then the board had to turn around and rescind that vote only a couple of hours later due to legal concerns. Initially, the 5-2 vote came after about a dozen people spoke in support of Davis, but according to Nevada open meeting laws, agendas need to have a clear and complete statement of the topics. In Monday's agenda, the plan was to discuss 3 search options for the next school leader, not select a superintendent. Although legal counsel approved the motion, the initial appointment was a red flag for new trustee Nicholas Smith, who voted against it.
I didn't think it was transparent. It wasn't transparent enough for me. Wasn't allowing enough people to be involved. It would have been more transparent had there been a 4th option on that list before we got here, and more people may have showed up.
The board voted unanimously to add Davis's appointment to the agenda in the next meeting to follow strict open meeting laws. Nevada's open meeting law also says matters raised in public comment cannot be acted on until they are listed as an agenda item. The board did go on record today saying legal counsel advised them that appointing Davis would not break any protocols. And of course, all this comes on the heels of the departure of former superintendent Pedro Martinez. The school board fired Martinez back in July. He then sued, claiming his firing was illegal. The Nevada Attorney General agreed, saying the school board violated open meeting laws. And speaking of Nevada schools, a local private high school was named one of the top schools in the country. According to Business Insider, Sage Ridge School ranks 28th out of the top 50 private schools across the nation. According to the report, Sage Ridge students excel in their AP exams, ranking 3 or higher. Since 2011, graduates have gone on to some elite colleges, including Dartmouth, Carnegie Mellon, and the U.S. Naval Academy. Well, 10 months ago, Nevada became one of 6 U.S. drone test sites. Now lawmakers are looking into the industry to take flight. The Nevada Assembly Judiciary Committee spent time breaking down AB 239. It makes flying a UAV legal in the Silver State under certain circumstances, all while keeping Nevadans secure in their homes. The bill makes it illegal to use drones to take pictures or videos of people in their home or in their backyards. Some say the bill unfairly targets UAVs. Others say it's good for Nevada.
You're targeting, or you're putting a bill together with laws that already exist, but you're grouping it and just specifically targeting the UAV industry, which is our concern.
Sometimes when a bill like this is introduced, they're afraid that there's a target on their back, and there's not. Because I want to ensure that they can operate in our state. I really am glad that they're here in Nevada.
The FAA oversees some drone laws while the state oversees others. Anderson says his bill has nothing to do with changing or altering FAA regulations on drones, just what state officials can control. Sam?
Thanks, Bill. Still to come here, One Northern Nevada Bank is introducing new technology to the area. We'll sit down with Market Vice President Danny De La Rosa from United Federal Credit Union to learn all about it. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, everybody. Well, United Federal Credit Union is expanding in Northern Nevada, and they're putting advanced technology into new locations. Joining me now is Market Vice President Danny De La Rosa to tell us more about the expansion. Danny, thank you so much for coming in.
Good morning.
Tell us about this. It's 3D technology that almost, we were talking about this, like when a rock star dies, we've seen like Michael Jackson in a hologram. This is very similar, but it's with a banker somewhere else.
Yeah, there's no dancing involved in this. We actually have this technology. As most people know, you walk into an in-store and they're relatively small. We really wanted to have an option where we'd be able to have full-service banking.
Okay.
With limited office space, we found this technology where we can actually have somebody in an office sit down in front of somebody, and it feels like a very personal interaction.
Okay, and this is associated with the new opening you guys are just made in a store here.
Yep, inside the Supercenter Walmart on Kitski.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really exciting, and when you sit down, it really does feel like you have somebody sitting right across from you.
Okay, an actual banker that's in Detroit, or?
Well, they're actually in Southwest Michigan.
Okay,
Yeah.
Very interesting. All righty, talk about your growth here, your company's growth here in Northern Nevada, the branches and everything you're opening up.
Yeah. So we're expanding quite a bit. We obviously have the new in-store. We have a new location that's going into the Summit Mall. And then we have a few other branches that we're going to be expanding into here in the region. Really exciting time, but more so than just the buildings. It's about all the people we've been able to help, and really the difference we've been able to make here in the community, and how Reno has really embraced us here.
Okay, and I imagine you're going to be adding some jobs here locally too, which is exciting for the job market. And speaking of the markets, Danny, it can be a little confusing as to what's going on right now. We're following up on some volatile times, of course, with interest rates and everything. Housing market crash, housing market rebound. What is your advice to local folks in the money market these days?
Right now, it's really about finding what the options are for you specifically. You know, we see so many things that are happening out there. We hear the news. We may hear what friends are doing with their finances. Not everything fits for everyone.
Right.
And the best thing to do is to go in and to sit down with your banker, to sit down with someone who can really take your finances and find out what are the best options for you. Right now, we have home values that are rising, and the rates were rising at the same time. But we recently had a dip in rates, where it might be a great opportunity to refinance. Or maybe you're looking at selling and purchasing one of the new homes that are being built. We can really go through and break that down to say, what is the best option for you and your family?
Okay, giving us some options here in Northern Nevada as well. Thank you so much. Danny De La Rosa with United Federal Credit Union. We appreciate you coming in.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be back, everybody. Stay with us.
And welcome back, everyone. In your consumer news this morning, Verizon and AT&T filed suit to block the government's net neutrality rules. The new regulations prevent internet providers from blocking websites or charging extra for internet fast lanes. The rules would also give the Federal Communications Commission supreme authority over the internet. The Telecom Association calls the rules arbitrary and an abuse of direction. Telecom is asking a federal appellate court in Washington to review the rules. It's likely the dispute will drag on for years. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. I'm Melissa Carlson. Your time now is 7:28. We are joining you live from Mornings on Fox 11 with your News 4 update. Well, down in Carson City, the Nevada Senate passed a bill that would restrict people convicted of domestic violence from having a gun. But it would also broaden the definition of justifiable homicide. SB 175 passed in a 14-5 vote on Monday, and it's going to head to the Assembly. The bill would prohibit a person from owning a gun if they've been convicted of domestic violence or purchasing one if there's a restraining order filed against them. It would also expand the definition of justifiable homicide to include killings that take place in defense of an occupied home or vehicle. Meteorologist Tim Studebaker joins us now with a look at our Wednesday forecast. Hi, Tim.
Well, good morning to you. A lot of sunshine out there for the day today. A few clouds mixing in from time to time, so sun and clouds this afternoon, and warm temperatures by the afternoon too, but not nearly as warm as it's going to be on part of that 7-day forecast. For now, 35 in Reno, 32 in Carson City, 31 in Yerington, 25 in Truckee, and 28 in South Lake Tahoe. We're going to warm up to the 60s today in the lower elevations, 50s in the upper elevations. Going for the 70s, though, by your Thursday and Friday, even the upper 70s on your Friday, just a degree away from 80 here in Reno Sparks. I'm sure that a few towns will probably have a good chance of reaching that 80-degree mark or even better. Slight cool down into the weekend, but still a beautiful one with mostly sunny skies. News 4 heads back to the Today Show. Mornings on Fox 11. We'll be back after this.
And search and rescue teams are actively looking for the crashed German Airbus in the French Alps. We're going to have more on what they found so far. Plus,
a wild chase broke out after a man shot a police officer. We'll bring you the latest from the investigation in California.
You're watching Mornings on Fox 11, connecting Northern Nevada.
And good Wednesday morning to all of you at home. Middle of the work week, 7:32 on your Wednesday morning. We've made it through Monday and Tuesday. I think the two hardest days of the week. Mondays aren't too bad because you're a little rested from the weekend, but Tuesdays seem to be the worst. And that's just me. I don't know about you guys.
yeah, I don't like every day up until Friday.
I don't like
That's
any
just
day.
me.
Only 2 more wake-ups until the weekend, and man, is
Yeah.
it going to be amazing weather-wise this week. In some areas may even exceed the 80-degree mark on Friday.
When you were as cold as we were Monday and still chilly yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
of course the days are a lot easier to get
Yeah.
to swallow when you've got temperatures in the 70s and getting close to 80 like you're talking about. So I
Flirting
think we're
with-
headed towards a nice little trend.
Yeah, flirting with the 80s. And by the way, Oliver X is going to be here later in the show to talk a little bit about some of the great events that are going on around town this weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and they're on. So, of course, we've got some great weather for it. So we'll be talking with him just about 45 minutes or so.
Yeah. All righty, but first here's a look at your top local headlines on your Wednesday morning. Happening today, a committee of lawmakers is going to be discussing a bill that's picking up attention. It seeks to reverse the collective bargaining process between local governments and their employees.
That's right. Fox 11's Alex Sachs is at the legislature in Carson City. She joins us with more. Alex.
All right, Alex Sachs reporting live from Carson City. Thank you for that. In other news this morning, police in San Jose, California say the gunman who shot and killed a city police officer is dead. Police confirmed on their Twitter page that the suspect was found dead from a gunshot wound. San Jose police officer Michael Johnson was killed Tuesday night while responding to a report of a suicidal man. When Johnson and others arrived at the scene, gunfire erupted. In a press conference, San Jose's mayor reached out to Johnson's loved ones.
This has been San Jose's darkest hour. Our hearts go out to the family, the friends and colleagues of the fallen officer.
Now the city's police chief called Johnson's death a sad day for law enforcement. And a Wisconsin state trooper was shot and killed during an attempted bank robbery. Police say the trooper was following the suspect's vehicle. That's when the trooper and the robbery suspect shot at each other. Both the trooper and the suspect died. A state agency that investigates officer-involved shootings will now take over this case. Bill?
All right, thank you, Sam. Italy's Supreme Court meets today to consider whether to uphold Amanda Knox's conviction in the 2007 killing of her British roommate Meredith Kercher. The fate of Knox's former boyfriend, Rafael Solicito, will also be decided. Last year, the Florence Appellate Court found that the 2011 ruling that acquitted Knox and Solicito to be absent of logic rigor. It sentenced Knox to 20.5 years behind bars, but even that ruling is not final unless Italy's High Court signs off. A confirmed sentence means police will immediately arrest Solicito, an Italian citizen, and he'll begin to serve his 25-year jail term. Knox remains in the U.S., and Italy could request her extradition. 7:37 now. Well, it could be days now before search crews reach the wreckage of Germanwings Flight 9525. The plane scheduled to fly from Barcelona, Spain to Dusseldorf, Germany, slammed into the French Alps. All 150 people on board feared to be dead.
But that hasn't stopped crews from starting the search this morning. Already crews have found a cockpit voice recorder. Mary Maloney has more on the mystery surrounding the doomed flight.
Difficult and remote. That's how crews describe this area of the French Alps. It's steep and weather is expected to hamper crews.
When you arrive at the site of the crash, you see almost nothing at all.
What is seen? A plane practically disintegrated. Bits of debris littered across the mountainside. Helicopter crews say what's left of the flight, no bigger than a small car. With every piece of the plane spotted, the search for survivors evaporates, making the anguish for people who knew someone on board unbearable. Friends and families gathered at airports trying to get word of what happened to their loved ones. The passengers came from all over the world, including opera singers, an Australian mother and her adult son, and German students. Friends of those students mourn at their school, as the company mourns for all those lost.
Everyone at Lufthansa and Germanwings is currently deeply shocked and saddened by these events.
And with the shock comes questions. What happened in the cockpit that caused the sudden change from a cruise to a descent? Aviation experts say they are baffled. Also unknown, why a distress call wasn't sent.
What were the pilots doing? And we just don't know.
Hopefully we will know soon. Crews recovered a recorder known as the Black Box. It's expected to share secrets of the pilots, who now have been forever silenced. I'm Mary Maloney, reporting.
CNN is reporting that the victims included 72 Germans, 35 Spaniards, and 2 Americans.
The company that owns Germanwings says the airline will no longer use the flight number 9525. All right, well, still to come here on Mornings on Fox 11, a local high school took on a national challenge and is now one of the top 15 finalists. We're going to sit down with the school's project manager and learn how we can push them to #1. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
I should have just gone to bed. I should have never called you. I should have listened to my head when it said leave it alone. No, if you
Hey, and Bella just has 1 L in it for the CG. Okay, thanks.
I'm trying to find a good spot to clip this. Maybe
Pardon me?
You can try to clip it right on there, actually. It might work.
Taylor, it's K-L-E-I-N too. Apparently the school district sent us wrong. I think it's K-E-L-E-I-N. K-L-E-I-N. K-L-E-I-N. K-L-E-I-N.
Do you have the questions?
I do not. And welcome back, everyone. We have an exciting story to tell you all about this morning. Samsung started the Solve for Tomorrow education contest, giving schools across the nation the opportunity to raise interest in science, technology, engineering, and math. And Galena High School is one of its top 15 finalists in the competition. A great competition. We're joined now by the project manager. You are a freshman, Bella Reyes-Klein. Thank you so much for coming on. Tell us about your project that landed you guys in the top 15 of this amazing national competition.
You're right, it is amazing. And what this project was, Samsung Solve for Tomorrow challenge is that you have to find a prevalent issue in your community. Then using the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics principles, you have to solve that problem.
Okay.
And our issue that we found that was coming up quite frequently in our community was that of adaptive equipment and the lack thereof for 2 wheelchair-bound, mentally and physically handicapped students in our special ed program.
Wow, so you guys came up with this project and this way to help these 2 students.
Yes.
You found out you were in the top 15. What goes on from here, and what will it take to become the top 5, and what happens if you do become the top 5 finalists?
Well, right now we are in the top 15. We came from 3,100 overall entries. And it's just amazing that we've even gotten this far. We are so excited. We just got back from New York City, which was a once-in-a-lifetime experience, really. To get into the top 5, we would have to show that we really have a project that will leave a lasting impact and continue on into the future. And we really think that we did a great job of showcasing that as best as we could. So we hope we get there.
Yeah, and you guys are the only school to do so in Nevada. We are so proud of you. We like to say I am Northern Nevada here, the shining stars in our community here. Okay, so it's going to take the community to help you guys get to the top 5, though. What can people do to help you guys?
It will, and we need everyone's support with this.
Okay.
If you can go to samsung.com/solve and
Okay.
click on Galena High School, just enter your email address and vote. You can vote once a day, and it'll just be today since voting ends today at 9 o'clock.
And it sounds like you guys are about 900 votes away from the nearest finalist in Wyoming. 900? Hello, we can do that.
We can do that.
We
We're
can do
so
that.
Close. We just need everyone's support.
Yeah, and you can find the link to do so on our website, foxreno.com. We're also going to be taking a picture together, posting it on our Facebook page right after this interview with the link there. Go and vote. It just takes about 3 seconds.
It does.
Help these guys become the top 5 finalists. Go to Washington, D.C. Also, a lot of money will be going to Galena High School if you guys win.
$120,000
Wow.
worth of equipment.
Bella, thank you so much for coming on. Stay with us, everyone. We'll be right back. We'll be talking about the Women's Expo.
We did everything right, now I'm on the outside. I'll show you what it feels like now. Oh no, I'm gonna be there always. After the pain has gone away, the feelings are so strong. This can be our song. This can
Really quickly, in your script, you have the wrong name. Gotcha. I'm eating a mince.
So I bet my life, I bet my life, I bet my life on you.
Welcome back. Already heard the live look at 80 at Sparks Boulevard on your Wednesday. Not too bad out there. Actually, 35 degrees and sunny. And oh my goodness, do we have a warm up coming our way? Meteorologist Tim Studebaker's got the awesome details coming up in just a bit. But first, thousands of women in Northern Nevada gather at the Women's Expo, where companies show off unique products and services and a few extra little things we'll be talking about as well. Joining us now is the event's production coordinator. It's Kathy Phillips. Kathy, thanks for being with us.
You're very welcome. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, this is one of those events that ladies know about for, the entire year, waiting for it. It was a great event last year. And for anybody who's never been to it, what is the expo about?
This year we are taking it a whole different direction. We are focusing not only on women of all ages, we are encompassing our local heroes, REMSA, Reno Fire, Reno Police. We are going to have them dancing. We are going to, yes, ladies, we are having, we're using all local talent, including Vegas. We brought Jeff Savilico up from Las Vegas. He is so funny, you will laugh your makeup off. We have Lacey J. Dalton appearing on Sunday. She's a local hero. She does things that are amazing for our community. Inside of, we wanted to make a different situation this year, just something for everybody, all ages, all the women, men. I mean, it's for our community. It's a community-based organization.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where it really covers everything. There's a little bit of fashion, there's a little bit of health, there's a little bit, it's just one of those, go and kind of pamper yourself.
And you can go for 2 days. It's a 2-day show. We have almost 200 vendors. It might be over 200 now. I haven't got the last numbers. But we have Reno policemen on stage dancing. We have Reno Fire bringing our community together. You'll see them like, these are the people who help us every day, every single day.
Yeah.
And the Women's Expo wants to embrace that.
Yeah, and it's too, I love that ladies can get together, and it's a place where you can ask questions. Maybe sometimes maybe you don't have a big group of girlfriends here locally. It's a great place to meet people also.
Absolutely. There's things that we all use every day, and they're locally based.
Yeah.
So you will see women, our grandmothers will be there, our daughters will be there. We see bridal parties coming in to do bachelorette parties. We see generations of the mothers, the daughters, the grandmothers. It is an awesome event for women.
And a great place to get freebies as well. If you love those.
Massages.
Go. It's freebies galore. So let's tell people the hours, just the basics. Who, what, where, when. What do they need to know?
They're Saturday and Sunday, this coming Saturday and Sunday. One ticket purchase will get you into both days. Awesome. The doors at Saturday are 10 a.m. The doors on Sunday are 11 a.m. and it goes until 4 on Sunday and 5 on Saturday.
A lot of
the stage is full of presentations. The vendors are full of just fun things for us to play with.
Get out there and check it out. There's a lot. Kathy, thank you so much for being with us.
You're
we appreciate
so
it. And you can find this information on our website as well. All right, stay with us, everybody. Mornings on Fox 11. We'll be right back.
Good morning and welcome back to Mornings on Fox 11. We've got mainly sunny skies out there for the day today with high pressure building back in. We had a couple of unsettled days yesterday and the day before. A couple of showers out there even in the Reno Sparks area yesterday. Not so much today, just sun and clouds for the day. And high pressure is building back in, so temperatures are going to be on their way up for the next couple of days as well, with returning to mostly sunny skies, especially by tomorrow and Friday. We're looking for east winds today, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Highs in the 50s and 60s, 50s in the eastern side of the state and the higher elevations of the Sierra. 60s for western Nevada today, 66 in Fallon for the high, 64 in Carson City, 56 in Southlake, and 65 for your high in Dayton. And as we make our way in toward the Truckee Meadows, about 65 the high in Reno Sparks today. Again, sun and clouds today, but staying dry. Pretty much staying dry for the 7-day forecast. Very, very light rain chances out there for parts of the weekend, but they are so minuscule that we really can't even put them on the 7-day forecast. We're looking for highs in the 70s by tomorrow, even the upper 70s by your Friday, not too far from that 80-degree mark. So yeah, it is going to be a warm one into the upper 60s on Friday in South Lake Tahoe. We cool back to the upper 50s there by your Sunday. Mornings on Fox 11. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. I'm Melissa Carlson. Your time now is 7:58. We are joining you live from Mornings on Fox 11 with your News 4 update. Well, the search for a new Washoe County school superintendent took an unexpected turn last night. The board voted to approve interim superintendent Tracy Davis to fill the job. Then the board had to turn around and rescind that vote only a couple of hours later due to legal concerns. Initially, the 5-2 vote came after a dozen people spoke in support of Davis. But according to Nevada open meeting laws, agendas need to have a clear and complete statement of the topic. In Monday's agenda, the plan was to discuss 3 search options for the next school leader, not select a superintendent. Jeez Louise. All right. Meteorologist Tim Studebaker joins us now with a look at our forecast. Hi, Tim.
Well, good morning to you. A lot of sunshine out there. For now, we're going to see a lot of sunshine through the day today, but occasionally some clouds will mix in from our north. But in general, high pressure is building in, so we're going to see mostly sunny skies, especially by tomorrow and Friday, and even warmer temperatures too. 38 in Reno right now, 36 in Carson City, and 30 in South Lake to start off your day. We're going to warm up today into the mid-60s for the lower elevations, 50s upstairs. We're going for the 70s by tomorrow, even the upper 70s in Reno Sparks by your Friday. Cooling back a little bit with a little bit more cloud cover for the weekend. We are going to send you back to the Today Show if you're watching us on News 4. If you're watching us on Fox 11, we'll be back after this break.
Plus, when you're getting dressed for a flight, comfy is always best, right? Well, one guy chose controversial instead, and that got him kicked off the plane. We're going to have more on that coming up.
And the difficult search for Flight 9525 continues this morning in the French Alps. What search and rescue crews have found so far? That story and much more coming up for you on this Wednesday.
You're watching Mornings on Fox 11, connecting Northern Nevada.
Good Wednesday morning, and thank you for joining us here on Mornings on Fox 11. Right now, 8:03, second hour of the show. Still got a lot ahead of us on this Wednesday, including some great events that are coming up over the weekend. Mr. Oliver X is coming in with all the details. He's always got a nice little smattering of stuff to do.
And donuts.
Well, and how can we ignore the fact that Melissa here, our amazing coworker, you always have that one coworker who brings in food. She's like, try this. I got something for you to try. Maple bacon potato chips.
Yeah,
I had to. It seemed appropriate. It was morning time. Maple bacon. It's that hour. Why not? Actually, I love the type of weird flavored chips. Not that that's necessarily weird, but I mean it's out of the ordinary. And they are silly good.
Whew, they shouldn't be legal good.
Yeah, absolutely. Bill was over there licking the bag, which is
No,
totally
there's some
inappropriate.
gross ones that Lay's came out with recently.
The garlic bread?
No, the
cheesy garlic bread?
No, worse.
The mac and cheese with the bacon?
The mango
No,
sauce?
Jeez Louise, what are you guys talking about?
there we
It
go.
was the cappuccino one.
Yeah,
There's the
cappuccino
maple
potato chips.
Potato chips.
These are the kettle ones, which are absolutely my favorite.
You're welcome, Kettle.
Yeah, they are delish. But
Are they
anyways,
advertisers with us?
No, but they
They
should
are
be.
now. Good stuff. If you're at the store, you might want to take a couple of bites of those. We're going to be talking about a lot today, including a story involving a guy on a Southwest plane that might drive you crazy when you hear this guy. Make you, especially if you have kids. We're going to be talking about that too.
Yep. But first, we're going to go and take a look at some of our trending topics. And trending over on Yahoo, is this a case of art imitating life? Mad Men star Jon Hamm, very handsome Jon Hamm, by the way, recently completed a stay in rehab. A rep for the actor tells People magazine that he did a 30-day treatment for his struggle with alcohol addiction. In a statement, the rep says that Hamm and his longtime love, Jennifer Westfeldt, seen here, have asked for privacy and sensitivity going forward. Makes sense. Trending over on our Facebook page, Fast and Furious is now more than a movie franchise. It's a theme park ride. Universal Studios Hollywood plans to open the new ride Fast and Furious Supercharged at the Los Angeles area theme park. That's going to happen on June 25th. The tram ride is supposed to make park guests feel like they're zooming through a set of the popular Fast and Furious films. Trending over on Twitter is hashtag Germanwings. Helicopters took off today to search for Germanwings Flight 9525. The flight from Barcelona, Spain crashed, of course, on its way to Dusseldorf, Germany yesterday. All 150 people on board are presumed dead. So far, searchers have retrieved one of the plane's 2 black boxes. We're going to be continuing to follow this story for you throughout the day. Turning now to what is trending over on our Facebook page, a man's shirt got him thrown off a flight in Missouri. The shirt was advertising a new comedy show, but the employees of the Southwest Airlines flight didn't find it funny. George Sells reports.
Daniel Podolsky spent the afternoon in Lambert Airport looking for a ride. He was kicked off his flight because of the T-shirt under his jacket. He shot video of the confrontation.
Did they talk to you about your shirt? They did.
This is the shirt, advertising a Comedy Central show called Broad City. The shirt says Broad Effing City, a handout at the South by Southwest Festival Podolsky had just attended. He says he was spoken to about it during the delay. Then
it was only when I got back on the plane when it was going to take off that you have this much space, you're going to take your jacket off, it's hot. That I took my jacket off, and so he sent someone to remove me from the flight. So.
Did they give you any opportunity to put your jacket back on, to change the shirt, to put it inside out?
It just happened so fast, within 30 seconds the flight was already gone. So I would have gladly done so.
That's what he told us, but his own video tells a different story.
Can you change your shirt? Oh. You put the jacket on and leave it on during the flight? You put the shirt on inside out? Nope. Is there anything you can do to not display the shirt? Well, then at this point we can't allow you to go.
I've written a speech.
That answer didn't fly with the crew, and neither did he. And away they went, leaving him and the T-shirt here in St. Louis, still insisting he did nothing wrong.
Podolsky eventually got on a flight out of St. Louis Monday night after he agreed to change his shirt. Asking all of you on Facebook, do you think that he should have been kicked off that flight because of his shirt? Yes. Bill Fragmore feels very strong about this. He does not like this story, and yes, he does, in fact, thinks he should have been kicked off. What do you think? Do you agree? Well, Tony writes in on Facebook, and he says, if it was that big of a deal, why didn't the TSA do anything about it first? We'd love to hear what you have to say on this story. What do you think about his own video going against what he said as well? We'd love to hear from you. Go ahead and post your comments there. We're going to tackle this story in about another 20 minutes or so. We'd love to hear from you. All right, let's go ahead and toss it on over to meteorologist Tim Studebaker with a live look outside. Looking a little hazy out there, Tim.
A little bit. We get that inversion during the overnight hours. It breaks during the day, so that should start to break up for us later today. Not really expecting anything in the way of air pollution today. We are looking at Doppler radar, which is quiet across our area. Not too much going on out there today. It was unsettled the last couple of days. We did have a couple of showers even in the Reno-Sparks area yesterday and other parts of the viewing area as well. Today, not so much. We're drying out today. There is some patchy fog out there this morning. If you head up into the Sierra, places like Truckee right now, looking at some fog this morning. They were reporting fog earlier today, and it was freezing fog too, so be careful on the roads if you're up that way. Sunny clouds for the day today, some mild temperatures in our forecast. We're starting a warming trend today, but we're going to continue that warming trend into your Thursday and max out on Friday, even into the upper 70s, maybe a few towns touching 80 or better on your Friday, so that's good stuff on the way. 38 degrees right now in town, calm winds, mainly sunny skies, a couple of clouds being reported from the airport, and 76% humidity. Our temperatures around the area now: 40 in Smith Valley, 36 in Markleeville, 36 in Fernley, 25 in Truckee, and 30 in South Lake, with 36 in Carson City this morning. So chilly start now, but again, a mild afternoon out ahead of us. We are looking at temperatures a little bit above average today, but they continue to warm through Thursday and Friday before falling back a little bit into the weekend. We're looking at high pressure building right back in, which means mostly sunny skies out there for right now. A few more clouds possible by the afternoon hours, but this center of high pressure is going to be over us as we head into your Thursday and Friday. And that means even more sunshine and warming temperatures too, maxing out on Friday before a slight cool down into the weekend. We are looking for highs of 59 in Elko today, 66 in Fallon, 67 in Hawthorne, and 73 if you're down in Bishop today. East winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour, sunshine and some clouds mixing in. 65 in Dayton, 64 in Carson City, 66 in Minden and Gardnerville, and 56 the high in South Lake Tahoe today. Up into the Truckee Meadows we go with 65 expected the high in Reno Sparks. The average high for this time of year is right around the upper 50s to near 60 degrees for most spots within the area. So we are looking at temperatures a little bit above average for today. 60 though in Galena, 62 in Verdi, and 63 in Cold Springs. The 7-day forecast, we're warming up into your Thursday and Friday, mid 60s today, 73 by tomorrow in Reno Sparks, and even just a degree away from 80 on your Friday. 79 degrees the forecast high for your Friday. That would break a record for Friday's date as well. And we are looking at cooling down a little bit into the weekend. A few extra clouds for your Saturday and Sunday, and slightly cooler temperatures, but slightly cooler after 79. That basically means the low to mid 70s. So we're still going to be way above average through most of the 7-day forecast. We return to the 60s in Carson City by next Tuesday. We are in the 60s for most of the 7-day in South Lake, returning to the 50s though by Sunday and Tuesday as well at South Lake. Back to you.
Well, in the wake of discussions about the proposed legislation for concealed weapon carry in higher education facilities, University of Nevada students and faculty have organized a teach-in on guns everywhere. Fox 11's Gianna Georgi is live on campus with more. Good morning, Gianna.
Especially to people concerned about human-caused climate change, energy is the flip side of the coin.
Gianna, thank you. Well, still to come, Will Ferrell is now an exclusive club. See how Hollywood is honoring the famous actor. We'll be right back. And welcome back, everyone. An Oscar winner has a major surgical procedure, and a comedian is honored for his work. Mary Mueller has those stories and more in today's Hollywood Minute.
Angelina Jolie has undergone another major preventative surgery. Just 2 years after having a double mastectomy, Jolie has now had her ovaries and fallopian tubes removed. The actress says she found out she carries the mutation of a gene which puts her at a high risk of developing certain types of cancer. She says that plus her family history led her to have the surgery. Jolie has lost her mother, grandmother, and aunt to cancer. Will Ferrell is the latest celebrity to be honored on Hollywood's Walk of Fame. The comedian was introduced by co-stars Molly Shannon and John C. Reilly, among others. The SNL vet has starred and appeared in over 40 movies, plus countless TV appearances, in addition to producing and launching comedic website Funny or Die. Damian Lewis is heading back to Showtime, but Homeland fans don't get too excited, Brody's still gone. Lewis is set to star alongside Paul Giamatti in a new drama called Billions, set in the world of high finance. The series goes into production later this year, airing in 2016. For Hollywood Minute, I'm Mary Mueller.
Alrighty, thank you, Mary. Coming up, an unusual sweater is helping the Canadian lesbian LBGT community fight for equality. Find out what this fashion piece is made of.
Here's Glenn. Yep. There you are. You're connecting.
Hello?
Yes, there you are. Hello.
Sorry, my Bluetooth was fighting with me. Caleb.
Advocacy group
Yes.
want people to stop using
Hey,
homophobia.
I'm sure you remember me. I have a question for you. You're a business guy.
Uh-huh.
Unusual.
Well, it's kind of odd. I had an idea, and I don't know if you've heard of it, and you're the only person I could think of that might actually have an idea of how I might get it started.
Okay.
You or Nick DeLotte, I was thinking of chatting with him too.
Yeah.
Basically, you know, do you send faxes?
100%
Send taxes
down to the rainbow-colored buttons.
It is
You know, fax the paper to them? Yeah.
We do have a fax machine, yes, and I know that the business end of this business has, uses it.
It's really gay.
Okay. Well, I was wondering, do you think it would be possible to create an app that uses a phone camera
in the entire world.
to snap a
And in fact,
picture of a piece of paper you wanted to fax
The
and
sweater
send
was
it to a
designed
fax
by the
machine
Canadian
that
Centre for
way?
Gender and
Do you think
Sexual
something like
Diversity.
that might actually
The
work?
fact that people use the term gay in a
Snap
negative
a
way.
picture, send it to a fax machine. I think.
Gay. Shoes are so gay. That sweater is so gay.
I think
And
someone's
it's
already.
it'd be
I mean, it's probably already out there if you check around. If not, hey, you know,
Well, you use
I
the
say
hair of
develop
gay
it.
men
Nobody's
and
thought of
women
that yet.
across Canada.
Because right now you
And that-
can snap a picture and send it to pretty much anything.
Yeah, yeah. See, and that I know you can snap a picture, but I didn't know if you could snap it and send it to a fax. I mean, with Bluetooth out there,
Is it practical?
you know, I didn't know if it was possible.
Right. Well, I think you might want to check into this as your sort of research.
You can touch it.
Right now, I know fax machines can
The sweater
receive
started on
emails.
social media and already has.
Oh, that would
So-
probably.
Yeah, yeah. That's the first thing I would do if I wanted to send a picture to a fax machine.
Is it that we've legislated?
Okay, okay.
A lot of you.
Well, thank you. I just needed to hit it off of somebody who's a little bit more technologically and business advanced than I am.
Okay, I completely understand. Yeah, we come up with ideas every
So I
single
guess you
day
could
here,
literally say, does this
and we're
work?
always bouncing them off each other because
Right.
you know we have a million ideas, and it boils down to maybe
I
one
read
that will
something
actually
about
work.
human hair that kind of.
Yeah, and I know you guys and you're fun to chat with.
I agree with you.
You know, I don't get an opportunity to see or visit many people, so I like popping in and talking to you guys once in a while. It's
A
kind of
lot of
fun.
people do say that.
So,
that term.
you guys still hang out at Pat's Liquors once in a blue moon?
Now and then, as a group, we do
It's interesting.
once
You
in a
wonder
while,
if
you
you
know.
could
But we're
clean if you
I'm
just
tired of the
shampoo.
same old junk.
Yeah, herbal essence, sucker.
Yeah, well, I've been trying to figure out, I don't have a social life in so much as I work way too many hours. And
Yeah, us too.
like, and I was sitting there and I just like, for example, got done watching the movie Jupiter Ascending.
When you're talking through the entire.
And I enjoyed it for, you know, what it was, a sci-fi movie.
Yeah.
Boy, I have heard critics rip that movie apart. Like, damn. It's like, you know, I don't know why people think movies have to be in-depth things. Can't they just be a fun visual effects movie without a whole plot line that makes me think?
Yeah, I do that a lot myself. I look at movies and I think, you know, I understand that they got a lot wrong here. Especially, like, for instance, you ever see, it's an old movie, but the movie Play Misty for Me?
I think I've heard of it, but I don't know if I've seen it. I lie in the sci-fi realm.
Right. Okay. Well, this
of
one
movies.
it's about a disc jockey, and
okay.
So when the guy's being stalked, well, so he's going to play a trick on her. He's going to sneak up on her while she thinks he's on the air. This is back in the days of reel-to-reel tape, and so he takes this reel-to-reel and puts it on the machine with his show pre-recorded. And I end up looking at it, going, "Oh, you got to be kidding me!" Because knowing the business. That is about 5 minutes worth of tape. And he's going on like a 45-minute drive. And I've seen people use microphones wrong, push the wrong buttons. But then I remind myself, well, you know something? I'm sitting in a movie, you know, and for that matter, if you took a cigarette and threw it into some gasoline laying on the road, nothing will happen.
It would never light.
No.
Well, it's like with my job. Now that I've been doing this for about 4 years now, I watch these oil field movies or anything that involves oil field or truck driving. I'm going, oh no, he didn't just try to pull that stunt.
Right. Yeah.
That is not possible.
Right.
So, all righty. Well, thank you. Sorry to bug you on your day. I'm sure you're doing a stinkload of research for whatever you've got coming up this morning.
That's always the
So-
deal. I get in here early and start it, so.
Oh, I understand. Today's my easy day. I'm sitting here pulling on a bunch of wells, so
Yeah.
not much excitement, but a lot of time to kill.
I understand.
Yeah, have a good day, Glenn.
All right,
Thank
you
you
too.
very much for your advice.
All right.
Welcome back, everyone. U.S. auto workers are poised to get their first wage hike in 10 years. Four-year contracts between the United Auto Workers and GM, Ford, and Fiat Chrysler expire this September. Stay with us, everyone. We'll be back.
And welcome back. I'm Melissa Carlson. Your time now is 8:28. We are joining you live from Mornings on Fox 11 with your News 4 update. Well, 10 months ago, Nevada became one of 6 U.S. drone test sites in the nation. Now lawmakers are looking for the industry to take flight. The Nevada Assembly Judiciary Committee spent time breaking down AB 239. It makes flying a UAV legal in the Silver State under certain circumstances, all while keeping Nevadans secure in their homes. The bill makes it illegal to use drones to take pictures or videos of people in their home or backyard. And there's a lot more to this bill. You can find it on our websites, MyNews4 and FoxReno.com. Meteorologist Tim Studebaker joins us now with a look at our forecast. Hi, Tim.
Well, good morning to you. A lot of sunshine out there for the day today. There are some clouds up to the north, and every once in a while, some of those may sneak down. We'll develop our own later this afternoon as well. Otherwise, things are staying dry. We were unsettled the last couple of days. Now things are drying out for us, and things are warming up too. We're beginning a warming trend that's going to continue from now into about Friday, when temperatures will max out in the upper 70s in some parts of the area, maybe even the low 80s for a few towns by your Friday. For today, we're looking at, or at least right now, 38 in Reno, 39 in Carson City, and 30 in Southlake. We're going for about 65 in Reno Sparks today. Back to the 70s by tomorrow, even the upper 70s by your Friday, and a few towns could touch or do better than 80 degrees that day. We'll be watching for it. News 4 heads back to the Today Show. Last half hour of Mornings on Fox 11 coming up.
Nevada lawmakers are discussing education and the governor's tax proposal, what they plan to accomplish.
Plus, a bill passes through to the Assembly regarding gun ownership in the Silver State. We'll have the full details for you coming up.
And the Boys and Girls Club is hosting a fun-filled event today. We're going to tell you all about it.
You're watching Mornings on Fox 11, connecting Northern Nevada.
And hey, good Wednesday morning. Last half hour here at Mornings on Fox 11. A lot left in the show, including Oliver X coming in to talk about what's going on this weekend. Of course, the first, I guess, second full weekend of spring, we should say.
Yeah,
a lot of outdoor activities.
Amazing temperatures too, flirting with the 80s, which is super nice.
Yeah.
To be able to get out and enjoy, so go take a hike, etc. And also, we've got a really controversial, if you will, story for our trending topic.
Who, us?
That a lot of people are chit-chatting about because of a guy who wore a shirt that some would say was pretty inappropriate. So he got off the plane. But he says he has a First Amendment right to say what he wants to say.
Yeah.
So,
but what was awesome is when he got caught in a lie, you know, saying he wasn't given any options when it came to covering up the shirt, turning it inside out, just putting your jacket back on. He was kind of playing the role, trying to get some attention, and you know what? Okay, bye-bye. You're not getting on the flight.
And you guys are parents. Would you want your kids looking at a shirt that says the F word written out across it?
No.
Yeah, you know, no. But you know, here's the other thing. People do stuff that they want to do all the time. It's just kind of part of human nature. Do I like it? No. But what, you know, I would just be like, for me, I use it as a teachable moment and just be like, that guy right there is wearing a shirt that is not nice.
I'd be saying that guy is a Jack Bleep. I'd be like that guy. His dad's already extremely embarrassed. All right, we're going to be talking about that story in just a bit. First, though, wanted to talk about some stories here locally, getting you caught up on your political news this morning. Nevada lawmakers will be able to review more options to improve the state's education system. New bills are now on the table that offer alternatives to the governor's tax proposal. Assembly Leader Paul Anderson says one of the bills in this mix isn't to counter the governor's plan, but instead to broaden the tax discussion. He says it would move away from the governor's proposal that focuses on taxing gross revenues. He explains the bill would expand the already existing modified business tax or payroll tax, lowering the exemption.
We're not trying to compete with the governor. We just saw that an opportunity to have multiple paths to the same success, and thought that there should be multiple discussions along that path.
All right, now there is an agreement from all sides on one thing, that there is no perfect tax. In addition to the Assembly GOP plan, there are others. To learn more about the different taxation plans out there right now, just head to our website, foxreno.com.
And in more news from Carson City, the Nevada Senate passed a bill that would restrict people convicted of domestic violence from having a gun, but would also broaden the definition of justifiable homicide. SB 175 passed in a 14-5 vote on Monday and will now head to the Assembly. The bill would prohibit a person from owning a gun if they've been convicted of domestic violence or purchasing one if there's a restraining order filed against them. It would also expand the definition of justifiable homicide to include killings that take place in defense of an occupied home or vehicle.
Also, a bill passed in Nevada Assembly Committee requiring people with disabilities to place their photo alongside their handicap parking permit. Assembly Bill would also require parking permits to have a removable sleeve to cover the photo for privacy. Senators say the bill will help prevent people from fraudulently using another's handicap parking permit. The bill now moves on to the full Assembly for a vote. Last November, a Boys and Girls Club donation trailer was stolen, you may remember, after the donation truck driver was robbed at gunpoint. Well, now a generous donor is showing support by donating a brand new storage center. Happening today, the Boys and Girls Club at Truckee Meadows are going to be holding a ribbon cutting to celebrate the new center. Celebration starts at 2 o'clock this afternoon at their Mayan location that is located inside the shopping center.
And later, the Boys and Girls Club is hosting their annual Night Out event from 4:30 to 7. The club's Donald W. Reynolds facility will transform into a carnival with a variety of food and games. More than 350 community volunteers are expected to attend. Of course, all donations will go on to support the Boys and Girls Club of Truckee Meadows. Also going on today, current military members, family members, and veterans are invited to a military job fair. The fair starts at 10 o'clock this morning. Some of the employers attending include NV Energy, Wells Fargo, Renown, and the Reno Police Department. It's all thanks to employer support of the Guard and Reserve, as well as Hero to Hired. The event takes place at the Town Mall in Reno. That's located at 4001 South Virginia Street.
Well, a man got asked to leave a flight. Why? Wrong t-shirt, apparently. All the details come up next. Stay with us.
Thank you. Hey, I got a quick question from somebody, anybody in there. See if you remember this. We did a story on the morning news about Paul Mitchell giving away free tuition.
Yes.
Can you tell me where I can find information on that?
That was my story.
Ooh, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's my story. I like that answer.
Find some info. Okay, thank you. You can shut it.
Did he just tell me to shut up? I think he just told me to shut up.
His flight. Does that sound weird to anybody? Man got asked. Man was asked. Man. All right, everybody. Hey, guys. We are talking about the shirt. First of all, do you have a problem with him wearing that shirt in public? That's the first thing. The second thing is, should he have been asked to leave the plane? And then thirdly, of course, we can talk about him saying, I didn't have an issue with it, and then his video, him saying, no, it's my First Amendment right. No, I'm not going to take it off. No, I'm not going to turn it into that. No, I'm not going to keep my jacket on.
Right.
Brainiac, come on now. Can't say one thing and then have your video, showing the exact opposite.
Yep.
Oliver, put those on. Those are Bills. Try them out. So we'll be talking about that, you guys. Tony, do we have comments?
Pretty good, huh? Kenton, when are you leaving?
I'm leaving next Tuesday. So let's just exactly 1 week. Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah.
We thought you were already gone.
Yeah. I missed you guys, but not quite yet. So still a few days.
How long will you be gone, Kempton?
17 days actually. I mean, actually 18. Yeah. So in terms of not on the show, so 31st I'll be gone, and then we're flying back late 17th. So probably you'll be seeing me 18 or 19 or later. Yeah.
You're gonna go see family, right?
Yeah, family. But in Tokyo first. So no fine families in Tokyo, but friends.
Expect pictures and videos.
Yeah, oh yeah.
On Facebook, so.
Welcome back, everybody. Here's a live look at 580 at Mill on your Wednesday. Creeping up a little bit, and the temperatures-wise, 38 degrees right now in Reno. Tim's got your full forecast in just a bit. But first, let's go ahead and take a look at what's trending on our Facebook page this morning. A man's shirt got him thrown off a flight in Missouri. This shirt was advertising a new comedy show, but the employees of Southwest Airlines didn't find it very funny. Daniel Pulaski says that he got kicked off his flight because of his T-shirt that had the F word on it. In a video shot by Pulaski, a Southwest crew member asked him to take off his shirt, keep his jacket on, or maybe even just turn it inside out. Pulaski said no to all the suggestions, saying it's his First Amendment right. That's when he was asked to get off the plane, and it left without him. Well, Pulaski says that he has freedom of speech, and he did nothing wrong in all this. And all the way, by the way, he's telling the reporter that he wasn't asked all of those things. That's a whole nother part of it. But we're just concentrating on the main part here. What do you think about it? An American airline spokesperson, I should say, said, quote, defended the company's actions, saying, quote, we rely on our employees and customers to use common sense and good judgment. Pulaski eventually got on a flight out of St. Louis Monday night after he agreed to change his shirt. So we're asking our Google Plusers, do you have a problem with this shirt if it has the F word written right across it? And what do you think about him being asked to either take it off, cover it up, or get off the flight? Eventually, he did. Starting off first with Kempton. Kempton, do you have an issue with the shirt?
Yeah, I totally have an issue with the shirt. It's fine for people to fight for their freedom of speech right and whatnot. First of all, my understanding is it's against the government, not a private company. In this case, if the guy wants to make a big fuss and whatnot out of it, well, he can do it in his own time. When people are flying, they're locked up in a plane in 30,000 feet. So let's not have that argument up in the sky. Don't want to change the shirt or flip it over, put a jacket cover it. You're not going to go on the plane, in my take.
Yeah, Steve, do you have an issue with it?
Yes and no. I mean, I can agree with the freedom of speech. The word doesn't bother me, but it's going to offend some people. You know, I get offended. Somebody who wears a body piercing through their nose. I don't like that, but I don't throw them off an airplane because of it. That kind of thing. So it's kind of like I don't think they should have thrown them off the place, but it's not the right place for that kind of thing. I agree with the Kempton.
Glenn, here's the deal. That word, yeah, great. Not a great word to have on the shirt, especially if you've got a little kid who's learning how to read and he's reading everything. Potentially that could be an issue. But there are other shirts out there that are pretty offensive as well. Shirts that show women scantily clad, maybe. And what if you don't like that? Then where is that line of what is okay and what is not okay to wear on your shirt? What do you think about it?
Well, first off, when I'm walking down the street and I see somebody who's really well dressed, they're telling me who they are. They're telling me something about themselves. When I see someone who's wearing their pants below their butt, they're telling me something about themselves. Okay, message received. Now you step on an airplane. That's private property, and they get to set the standard. As far as I'm concerned, it's like walking into a fancy restaurant wearing gym shorts and a sweaty T-shirt. They have standards. They would like to see jacket and tie. I have no problem with the airline saying, you come on my property, we're going to set some kind of a dress code, at least a minimum. Wear a T-shirt, but no foul language. I'm fine with it.
Yeah, remember the days, too, when people used to dress up to go fly? They used to wear, like, their nicest gear. I love that. I miss those days. All right, that's a look at what's trending. We'd love to hear what you have to say. You can go ahead and post your comments on our Facebook page. Thanks, everybody. Sam?
All right, Melissa, thanks. Well, still to come, Oliver X is in the studio with all the details on what events are happening around town. Also, just a reminder here, the news doesn't stop when you leave the house, and Fox 11 has you covered. Download the new and improved Fox 11 app for your smartphone and tablet. It's your own source for real-time traffic updates. You can even stream mornings on Fox 11 live. So if your mobile device is available on Apple and Android devices, just search Fox 11. Yeah.
We are into flowers viewing this time, so it should be, hopefully it's a lot of fun. Okay, see you guys. Have a good day.